All right, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. How Evony tricks you into spending part 2. So let's get right to it. We just left off with he was talking about getting people to do their first coin ever, to do your first spending. This video is called Let's Go Whaling, Tricks to Monetizing Mobile Gamers Players with Free to Play. Videos in the description. Highly encourage you to check it out. This is honestly, it's a great psychological evaluation of how Evony gets our money.
The habit is like the main meat of the game. This is where you sell the faster progress, as we just discussed. And the hobby is for the guys who have already maxed out. They're the guys who have all of their Clash of Clans building at the max level. They are already there. So you can no longer sell progress to them. You have to sell consumables. This is where you're selling the faster healing times or faster build times of armies. This is also where you get basically unlimited upper spend. There's no limit to how much you can spend in, for instance, Clash of Clans.
So this is like in Evony, where March speeds. You need March speeds non-stop. I was talking with Singh the other day, and he was saying how I think Evony would make a lot of money if they just offered like a $5 or $10 pack that had 100 March speeds, because all the big people need it, right? But Evony doesn't do that. They just hide them in other packs, or they put them in their $100 all-star packs, and you'll have 500 March speeds. They don't give that stuff away for free because, as he said, this is the end game stuff that people need. Same with healing for all-stars. It's very hard to get healing speeds in Evony and March speeds because these are things that give you a big tactical advantage in basically the things that the big people care about, Battlefield.
So let's go down into some of these more tricks. Gachas. Who hasn't heard of gachas? Excellent. Most of you have. So gachas, they're named after gachapon, these Japanese machines, which are sort of slot machines that give you collectible stuff. On random, you get collectible stuff. But it's really the same mechanic that we have had in Western markets for collectible playing cards like Magic the Gathering for ages. You cannot, no matter how much you spend, you cannot directly get the card you want. You have to, over and over again, pay to get a bunch of random cards and hope that the thing you wanted is in there. Or then you like trade them somehow if there's what wasn't what you hoped for. These are great for again both monetization and retention because people like the lottery part of it. If you want, look up Skinner box to know why. It's really a lot more exciting, and you get more content because people cannot immediately progress to the stuff they want. They have to keep trying a few times, so it really takes like 5 times as long to get the collection that they need compared to just progressing and collecting soft currency and buying it straight off.
So what he just said there is the lotteries, and basically think of general packs. What general am I going to get? It's random. Or this new Sailor Moon event that they have. It's random. But at least they told us the percentages, right? Same with general fragments every day. It's random. You don't just get what you want all the time. You got to spend multiple times to get it. It is achievable, but it's not easy. And this is actually one of the things that just infuriates me, that it's like Evony just moves the finish line all the time. But the thing that actually bothers me the most about these gachas, these lottery packs, is they changed the finish line. Like couple weeks ago, I got Serena, the awesome siege general. And then I was like, you know what? I need fragments to ascend him. So I opened all my general packs, got a bunch of him to ascend him. And then they change his skill 2 weeks later. And then they act like it's no big deal. Don't worry that he can't have an attack book. We'll give you some HP and defense books. Yeah, thanks. But I may not have ascended him. I may have actually just saved those general packs and waited for the future. They release stuff and then change it, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. But let's go back to the video. Okay, then think about how you want to get to
get to your millions? Do you go the king route of having a huge volume of players and a fairly modest lifetime value for each spender? Or do you go the machine zone route of having a very hardcore game that like 95% of the population is going to look like, what is that? But the 5% that actually do play it, they will spend a lot. Just know where you stand on this.
So there you have it. Every mobile game has a choice when they first start out. Do you want to go to the masses or target specific genres who want to play this game? And I think we know which one Evony is there. Evony targets a very specific competitive type of personality, and they're going after a very small audience, but trying to get them to pay a lot rather than having a large number of users who will all spend a little bit. I always think of it as late night comedy. Anytime I think of this sort of analysis, I think of Jay Leno versus David Letterman. And Jay Leno was like the dumbed down comedy, doesn't offend anybody. It appeals to everybody in America. And then you had David Letterman, who was a little more offensive and maybe higher level of comedy, but he had less ratings because he offended people. And he would, so Leno just overtook him in ratings because, it was just, let's get viewers, let's get higher ad revenues, that sort of thing. But that's what I think about when I compare anything that is to the masses or a select type of audience.
There's an excellent book about behavioral psychology called Thinking Fast and Slow. This is the fast thinking. I'm telling you that the fast thinking mode is what you want. The slow thinking is your analytical brain. What's 12 times 47? I'm sure all of you can answer that, but you have to start your actual thinking brain to do that. Now, if I say, complete the sentence, bread and everyone's thought, butter. So that's the fast thinking. Our brain works in these two modes, and starting the analytical part of your brain is too much to ask for a spend. How it applies to games is make stuff immediately useful, immediate gratification. If you have a level-based game and you sell some boosters up front, for instance, a coin doubler or some other stuff that will help you, people will have to analyze and think it through. These things are good for me. These will help me progress before they do it. And they won't do that. If, on the other hand, you do like, for instance, in this temple run, once your game is over, save me, I have a few seconds to spend hard currency and I get to continue. Or similar in Candy Crush Saga, at the very moment that I've lost, I can see I just played a bit more, I can pass it. Make it immediately useful. Loss aversion. This is people are much more attached to the stuff they have than an equal amount of things that they can gain. Which means that if I give you an offer, I'll flip a coin. If it's tails, I'll take 100 euros from you. If it's heads, I'll give you 120 euros. Who would take the bet? No one. No, we need more gain to offset the loss is felt more strongly. We need like 200 against 100 loss, 200 gain against 100 loss, then we'll take the deal. In games, you can apply this by giving people stuff that feels is in their pocket and then threaten to take it away unless they pay up.
So this is one of those other ones that just maddens me. What can you relate to that? Think of the wheel. I have 21 fragments for the Plantagenet chess piece. Some people have 29. All I had to do was pay a little bit more. I'd get to 30 and unlock it. So they gave me it. They gave me a bunch. Makes me feel like I'm going to get it. And then they take it away. And now I'm not going to have a chance at this piece of gear for, who knows, maybe a year. Like I did the math. If they do Taisha's Wheel every second event, it's going to take 14 months for those ones to come back. Who knows? But that is just maddening. So we're going to end this video here and check back in for part 3. Let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling about these videos.